pitch, the opposite direction.
I'll tell you what, that's a good stroke. It's not hit with authority, but it's hit to the perfect spot. Just kind of dunks out there in left center and it gets the first hit on the board for Charlotte so far. Out and send it, back out in the left center field and get that hit down.
So here's Dawson Bryce to the plate. Look out. Gets away from Helfrich. He still can't find it. It was behind the umpire. And down to second goes Riley. I was just about to tell you that this Charlotte team is not one that tries to steal a lot of bases, but they get a freebie there.
It just got a buried breaking ball right around the plate. And it kind of five-holed Helfrich, and Chuck Pack, the home plate umpire, was just in the perfect spot for that ball to be playing hideaway a bit.
Late on that swing. He was expecting something else. Sophomore Dawson Bryce hitting .357. And that's in for a strike. 1-2.
It's that 97-mile-per-hour fastball that we saw just dotted right there. It's a great pitch to get ahead in the count.
Slow hopper towards third. Delayed run. And just able to make the play. That's well done by Brent Irondale, but very good base running by Chandler Riley.
Yeah, it's a great job on that ball that wasn't hit exactly sharply to the left side there, and Irondale had to charge on it. And that was just enough to get Riley over, and so it's a productive out for the 49ers, and they get a runner on third with just one out so far.
Iredale still able to get that sure out, and a much-needed out number one.
Another fastball, so they're starting to look for that. That exit velocity on that one was 100 miles per hour, so it was hit pretty well.
Second double, 8th RBI for Logan Poteet, and the first pitch here gets past. Down to third base goes Poteet, so that changes things here for the batter Cody Gunderson.
And Josh, obviously, that's the second pitch that's missed its mark and caused a runner not just to move up, but move up from second to third. And that is a dangerous spot to have a runner with less than two outs.
Gets a breaking ball for a strike in there.
As a hitter, you would think it would make your job a little bit easier because you don't even need a hit in this situation. It's just a well-placed ground ball.
Well, Charlotte as a team has not been as good as they would like in this situation this year. Only 50% of the time bringing in a runner from third with less than two outs. Ideally, you'd like to be upper 60s or
1,000 in that situation.
Oh, sure.
But, if you can, like you said, if you can get into those ranges right there, your conversion is going to be really good, and especially if you're a team that can get on base, all of a sudden small ball moves a guy up, and now you're situationally hitting really well.
Cam Kozel, one step onto the infield grass. Here's a slow roller, fair ball. Nope. It was foul to start with, but Kozel at first base, ready for anything that might come short his way.
Yeah, we've seen, just trying to be in a position where you can get that ball to home plate. If Poteet tries to take off and score, you certainly don't want to be down 2-0 in the first inning.
Yeah, that's a big one for Gackle, and a good response.
You've got the high cheese there, 97 up in the zone. Tempting. It's tempting to every hitter to try and go up and hit that pitch. And he just got a piece of it and fouled it off. Helfrich, by the way, doing a really nice job of closing the mid on that ball. Those deflections aren't easy to reel in, and that one stayed right in the webbing for him.
Brings up Noah Furch with two outs. Fans at the first pitch.
You can see Gackle kind of getting a little bit more comfortable. He's starting to mix in the breaking stuff, locating the fastball a bit more, where we saw those two breaking balls that got by Helfrich earlier, starting to leave it up in the zone a little bit and let guys go after it.
Able to just catch the outside corner. One run across in this first. 0-2 pitch. Gackle deals. And able to stay alive, Noah Furch. You know, Arkansas pitching coach Matt Hobbs said in a recent interview, Gabe Gackle's
out there in shallow left, and they really like the stuff that's right down the middle.
brings up Thad Ector, designated hitter, making his first start of the season here today, has one at bat. That's only the second home run that Gackle's given up in his career. Ector, a switch hitter, so it gives them that other left-handed bat option. 3 that can bat lefty in this lineup today against the righty. This inning started with a base hit from Chandler Riley, second pitch of the game. Logan Poteet with a double to drive him in, and then the 2-run homer by Furch. And here's a 4-pitch walk for Ector. Matt Hobbs is going to come out and have a talk. Just try to calm things down here. Get everybody settled in.
And that was a pitch, Josh, that didn't miss. It didn't look like it missed by very much from where we're sitting here. It's a fastball. Tried to go back up. You remember he got that swing and foul tip for the strikeout earlier and tried to go back to that. And instead, Ector was able to just lay off and let it go. And in that situation, you can see why it'd be tempting because he's still looking for his first hit of the season. And so, maybe you're thinking, if I get this up above the bat, he may try and drive this ball, and instead just patience wins out. He ends up on base.
It's a time to calm down the pitcher, but also it's a good moment to do so with the guy that we highlighted in the lineup, Carson Bain, center fielder who leads the team in RBI so far with 11. The first for Charlotte, and it's a 2-out RBI double for Carson Bain.
Well, that first hit that Chandler Riley had, we talked about, it was kind of a jam shot into the alley in left center field. There have been a lot of balls that have been smoked here in the first inning, and that one's, certainly a part of it. They are hunting the fastball, and that's what we see right there. Halfway up the wall out there in left center, and Davalon did a good job to be out there, but you're looking back into the sun from out there. That's a tough play.
Hogs fortunate that one stayed in the yard. Connor Marinac takes a first pitch strike.
That's not a bad pitch. It's a breaking ball, down and away from a right-hander. And I mean, he just went down and put a good swing on it and drove it, got that run home. And this is a pretty big lead. But at this point, you're looking at, like I said, a good lead.
Arkansas hoping to shut it down right here. As everybody gets to the plate for Charlotte in this first, Blake Martin, the left fielder now, making his second start of the year. That's a strike on the outer half. Just missed that time. Good take by Martin. Battled off. This is where you really make things tough on the opposition, isn't it? When you're just adding injury to insult. Nothing more deflating almost than just fouling off 2-strike pitches.
Yeah, it gives you the feeling you can't get out of the inning, right? You make a pitch or put it in a good spot, and they're still able to foul it away.
Checks Marinac back to first. Edge. Gackle gets out of it, but Charlotte produces big time, including one big swing.
Noah Furch getting the job done. and just drills one to left field. And you know what they say, Josh? Elevate and celebrate. He's really going to throw a lot of breaking stuff and work off of that. So he's got a fastball, a cutter, a slider, a curveball, and a change. It's a 5-pitch mix. He's a grad student, 22 years old. Sturm is 6'3", 220 pounds, so that ball is going to get on you pretty quick if you're not alert to it.
Razorback lineup. Fair amount of lefties sprinkled in there, like DVH likes to do, and mixing them up. So you've got lefties in 1, 3, 6, and 8. But as they've shown this year, it can come from anywhere.
And it's funny, in the Open we talked about Kahio Aloy and how great he's been, but what about Vahiva? He was the SEC Player of the Week last week. He had a great week.
Well deserving. Charles Davallon, the table setter, takes a strike. Hard hit to the right side. Nice grab by Gunderson. And Sturma able to race over and get there. 3-1 to retire Davallon.
Yeah, you got to reward Sturma there in the first inning with, you make a nice catch right there trying to get that ground ball, and he runs all that way. He's a starting pitcher. It's the first at bat. Yeah, you feed him at the bag. Like, give him a little something there.
Vahiva Aloy takes first pitch strike. Now Sturma coming off of a little bit of a rougher outing, but, this is...
Wait until you see where this ball was that he just hit, Josh. This is, when you're locked in and you're seeing it well, these are the types of pitches that you can go after. This ball is located below the zone. It's a fastball, and he just goes down and turn that into a double there and get a runner in scoring position early on.
Logan Maxwell takes first pitch strike. Sturma, the pitcher from Beacon Falls, Connecticut. Transfer from Southern Connecticut State. Count even now to Logan Maxwell. .235 average, but a .391 OBP for the right fielder. Caught the outer edge there. A little bit questionable to some of the fans behind home plate.
Yeah, it's a borderline pitch, and especially if you're Sturma, that one's locked into your head, right? You're looking at that going, I can get that pitch on the outside corner.
Now Sturma against Old Dominion at home last Friday. Didn't get out of the second inning. They got him for 6 earned runs after he had a really good start on opening weekend, where he went 6 innings.
That pitch earlier that we talked about set up that foul ball, because when you look back at where that one was located, very similar spot, looked like it could have been borderline to off the plate. But with 2 strikes, you have to protect now, and so he has to go after that pitch.
There's out number 2. Take another look at this pitch, borderline.
Yeah, it's another one. They went away from him that time, and they got a couple of swings, and that one, even then, he makes the connection, but fouls it back, and Poteet does a nice job. We've seen a couple of really good squeezes by these 2 catchers so far. We're only in the first inning of this game.
Here's Brent Iredale. Third baseman, what a hot start he's off to, huh? 400, 568 on base.
1288 OPS. Unreal.
Misses up with the changeup that time. Don't see the changeup very often from him. The 3 variations of breaking ball. He doesn't bring his hand way back either. I mean, it is from the time that he kicks, it's coming pretty quick.
It's a tidy delivery, and that's part of it. Pitchers talk about needing to hide the ball, right? And some guys will leave it behind their heads. You think of Dontrell Willis, who came all the way down and behind his back and then back over the top. Doing things like that take the hitter's eye off the ball, and so especially if you can be short and still get 90, 92 out of that, and it's right behind your head, that's a good slot to be in.
Now he stays close to the first base side, about as far as he can on the rubber there, and so for that pitch, maybe a little bit easier to locate for a right-handed hitter.